Welcome to this tutorial for the keyboards for the song "A Thousand Hallelujahs" from Hillsong Worship, as sung by Brooke Ligertwood. The song is in the key of D flat at 68 beats per minute in 4/4 time. It's an interesting song in that it has a nice congregational vocal range, so it's easy for both male and female parts. It goes from about a G sharp up to a B flat. And it's also interesting in that there's not a lot of keyboard parts. There's only 3 synth parts, and most of it is just 2 plus piano, and it's actually primarily electric piano. Let's take a listen to the piano part.
Intro, 2, 3, 4. Verse 1.
As you can hear, it's kind of a dark electric piano. And the harmony voices, the inner harmony voice is emphasized.
Chorus.
So for that electric piano part, we hear the main inner voice that we want to emphasize. And the chord positions are this: no third, then the third. And then there's a like 1/3, and then there's this low. And so the song starts out, you hit that key, you can hear that drone of the D flat 5 chord, and I'll show you how to set that up in Ableton, but let's hear that again. So it's, that's the intro, and that'll be the verse 2. Verse also. On the second half of verse 1, the drone chords change a little bit, and I'll show you that when we get to the Ableton. But when we get to that second part of verse 1, so we started out with the pardon my voice. Let's take a look at the Ableton settings. Here's our standard setup with the song, 2 MIDI tracks grouped together. This one is an instrument rack, and in each instrument rack are the series of external instruments which have the patches. So on the intro, here's our electric piano. You can see the range from C#1 to C#3. And here's those drone pads that I talked about. So here's that opening drone on this low C#, 12, 19, 24. Here's a high one, -12, 7, 12. And then for this F#, it's just up there. It has no chord. On the first part of the first verse, we have, again, some different chords. The piano's the same. So on this high C#, -12, 7, 12. Notice that this is a range from F# to G#, pitched up 24. Here's this low C#, 12, 19, 24, 28. This 28 is what makes it different. And then on the second half of the first verse, again, slight modifications. So here's a F#, we got 14, 16, 19, 24. Here's a G#, 12, 16, 19. Or a G# or A flat. Here's a B flat or A#, 10, 15, 19, and then that low D flat or C#, 12, 19, 24. Let's listen to the piano part on the first chorus.
Chorus.
Hear that high persistent D flat.
Verse 2. Drums in.
On the chorus, there's some dissonance on that 5 chord because of the persistence of that D flat. You'll hear it when we go up here. And also on the 4 chord, it's like a 2. This note's here with 1,000 hallelujahs. So it's with 1,000 hallelujahs, we gratify your name. And then it sort of changes up a little bit. And here's this part. Hallelujahs and 1,000 more. You can see those different chords in there. That part again is this. Let's look at our Ableton settings. Piano again is the same. Here's the chords for that soft pad. The G flat or F sharp, 14, 16, 19, 24. G sharp or A flat, 12, 16, 19. B flat minor, 10, 15, 19. This is that F, which is that 1/3. So we've got 12, 15, 20. And here's that low D flat, 12, 19, 24. Let's listen to what's called Keys Track 1.
Verse 2. Drums in.
Hear that rhythmic pattern.
Verse 2. Drums in.
There's a high melody electric piano and a sort of a I'm not going to add the melody.
Chorus.
It's really duplicated by the guitars. On the first part of verse 2, we have this new synthesizer sound, which we're going to go back and forth between the D sharp, or the D flat, C sharp, and the F sharp or G flat. And then this one, this saw keys, uses a different arpeggiator. And different notes. Again, D flat and G flat. Let's look at our arpeggiator in Omnisphere for that Roomba box. Here's the pattern, 16th notes, 4, silent, silent, -5, silent, 0, no transposition, -5, silent, silent, -5, silent, 0, -5. And these again are 16th notes. And for the F sharp, we've got silent, -5, silent, 0, or no transposition, -5. Then, as you can see, for the first part, the C part, we pitch it up 36. This one we pitch it up 31. For this thing, we go 31. For this one, we pitch it up 26. And again, here's the arpeggiator pattern. So for the second part of verse 2, we've added some notes in the Roomba box arpeggiator. This one, the F sharp, which uses pattern 1. Here's the A flat or G sharp, uses pattern 2. Here's that B flat, uses pattern 1. This goes back down to that low D flat. It also uses pattern 1. So this is 36 pitch up, 27 pitch up, 29 pitch up, 31 pitch up. For the saws keys, it's kind of the same. The pattern is the same, but the pitches are different. So for this first set, but again, this is the G flat or F sharp, we're going 26, 24, 22, down to the D flat, 31. So on chorus 2, we on top of those, all the things that we added in on verse 2, we're now adding in a new synthesizer pattern. 1,000 hallelujahs. So let's look at our Ableton settings here for the soft pads. They're similar to what we had before on the chorus. And the saw keys, same sort of thing. This is with that arpeggiator pattern, 26, 24, 22, 31. And here with that F, now we've got 27. And again, with that, on that soft pad, those were all the same. And now we have this new synthesizer, the F sharp, the D flat, or the G flat, D flat, etc. And we're so we've got a new Omnisphere instrument. Let's take a look. This Euro. Arpeggiator pattern, to play that da-da-da. So blank 0, 2, 7. That's pattern 1, pattern 2, 4, 7, 12, blank 4, 14, 12. Pattern 3, 0, 5, 9, and pattern 4, 0, 5, 8. And looking at it, this is 12, 12, 12, 7, 7, 8, and this uses pattern 1, this uses pattern 2, this uses pattern 3, pattern 4, and this is pattern 5. And if you want, this is just a synth bass part that's added in, and it goes from F0 to C1. So on the interlude, we go back to just the electric and acoustic pianos and one of the pads. And then as we go into the bridges, we add more pads and more sounds, and it all sort of builds up. But the basic pattern is this. The Lord. And then when it goes to the minor, we've got this. And I'll show you how the various pads are added in to Ableton as we go from bridge 1 and bridge 2. So as we mentioned, on the interlude, we go back to just some pianos and the soft pads. And here's, we're doing it a little differently. We've changed the range and we've doubled them because here we're going to add a lower bass. But for the first two, the range is this C#2 or D-flat 2 to G3. And then this one, A#0 to C2. But notice what we've got this chord in here and it's pitched down an octave. Same for this. For the soft pads, for that walk up, the D flat, 12, 19, 24, 28, the E flat, 12, 19, 22, 27. For this one, which I think is the F, yeah, 12, 15, 20. The A flat or G sharp, or excuse me, the G flat or F sharp, 14, 16, 19, 24. And then for the A flat, 12, 16, 19. And that takes us into the bridge. And it's those patterns before. And now we're adding in another soft pad with some higher notes. So here we've got this pattern. Again, we're keying it off our bass note, the D flat, but we're going up 3 octaves and then the 4, 34, 5 for the E flat, for the F, 32, 7, for the G flat, 31, 5, and for the A flat, 28, 3. For bridge 2, we're building even more. And the main difference is some added notes. So we've got D flat, E flat, F, G. Now we're going to want to get the B flat in here. And for that, we've got on our soft pad, we've got 12, 15, 19, and then going up to the A flat over C chord. We've got 12, 15, 20. And the same thing before, we've got these, and we've added in the B flat or A sharp. Pitched it up 27 for the C, 27, 5. After the bridges, the song ends with a chorus or chorus 3, and then there's another 4-bar interlude, but they call it an instrumental on the tracks, which again uses patterns as before. Then we have shortened bridge 1, shortened bridge 2. Bridge 2 is the one that goes to the minor chord, although the lyrics are like bridge 1. And then we've got a final soft ending down chorus. And I will show you the Ableton settings for those. The fingerings on the pianos and everything are as you've seen them before on the other bridges, choruses, and interludes. As we mentioned, for chorus 3, we've got pianos as before. You've seen that, C#0 or D-flat 0 to C#3. Got these soft pads, same sort of thing. D flat, E flat, F. This is down that low one. This is that F natural. This is that G, B flat, D flat. Numbers 14, 16, 19, 24, 12, 16, 19, 10, 15, 19, 12, 19, 24. Again, that's the F, 12, 15, 20. Here's that Roomba box with those patterns from before, 31, 29, 27, 36, going back down to the low D flat. The Saws keys as before on the chorus, 36, or excuse me, 26, 24, 22, 31, and 27, and again it has that arpeggiator pattern. The new synth, the Eurosphere 2 melody, seen that before. That's 12, for this note. This is, I believe, it's the G flat. There's the D flat 12, A flat 7, B flat 7. This is that F natural or 8. And here's that synth bass as before if you want to add it in. Here's the instrumental. You've seen the main difference here is the piano settings. We've shortened this up. This is F or G. This is F sharp or G flat to A flat 3, and we have it now added an octave higher. So we've got like an octave piano on the high notes, but again, it's stopping at the G flat 2. Down here, we have this intermediate range where, again, there's no changes. And then the lower one, let's see, this one was D flat 2 to F2. This one is A sharp 0 to C2. And again, it's pitched down an octave, so to double that up. Then we have our pads. These are as before. 12, 19, 24, 28, 12, 19, 22, 27 for the E flat, or the E flat. This is the F, 12, 15, 20. G flat, 14, 16, 19, 24. And the A flat, 12, 16, 19. Here we've got our half bridges. Those are exactly as before when we did them. This is the minor chord, but again, these are only 4 bars long instead of 8 bars. You've seen those. And the end pattern is just the soft pads and just the electric piano. The acoustic piano has been removed. And let me show you the slight way that it ends. So for the last chorus, again, it's very similar to what went before, except we occasionally will have a slightly different chord pattern. Like, for example, there's this G flat 2. So the chord, 1,000 hallelujahs. The suspend. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of my next video. Thank you very much for watching.